Alrighty, so you're saying that this is a scrimming game, full five, and you're looking at just kind of refining your Raynor a little bit, but I might call out some things that I noticed for the team just a little bit here and there, but primarily I'm going to focus on your play. You did say that you pick Hyperion just because you're working on, and honestly, I think every Raynor that's just starting should work on Hyperion. It's still an amazing ultimate. It does a lot of damage. 70 DPS to pretty much their entire team. Um, Over the course of 12 seconds is almost 1,000 damage at level 1. Now at level 10, it's close to like 2,000 damage throughout the entire thing. It can 100 to 0 people pretty much on its own if they're not paying attention. So very, very powerful. It's a little bit less single target damage, but great for point control like maps like this. So even if you're great at Raynor's Raider, Hyperion's still really good. To start off, it looks like just positioning. I mean, this Chromie is absolutely just pelting people, and her abilities are very telegraphed. If you're only paying attention to her, they're very telegraphed. You should be able to dodge all of them. Because you don't really need to pay that much attention to Sylvanas. You essentially just need to pay attention to the tank, who you're going to be DPSing, and the Chromie, so you don't just get blown up. This guy better not have gone crash. Okay. Great call on getting the turret camp 1 minute in. You guys end up picking it at 118. Very solid timing. You could see if the enemies are taking too long on turret, you guys could go for the heal camp. And it looks like you guys are going for heal camp, but it's going to take you a bit, and this is very risky. Yeah, I would let it leash. So the timings you want to do with heal camp and like how you want to play out heal camp is instead of just having Jaina go for heal camp, she should have gone down and she should have pushed out the wave. Giving them one more thing that they needed to do after they picked up the turret was, oh, now we need to go cover the lane, right? Then you guys could go up there and go for it. But the reason that you go for like an early turret is usually when you guys have way more wave clear than they do. So use that much higher wave clear, sorry, way more camp clear than they do. So use that much faster camp clear to like rip the camp 6 seconds before they rip the camp, and then you can go up here and rip this camp by the time they're traveling. So that's kind of the basic idea of when you want to try to go for that double camp. Otherwise, you don't want to do it because you're going to waste a lot of mana, and you might even get it low enough and then they just kill you. Like we see with Jaina, you're just too low. So you don't really want to try to make that play unless you're running like a Greymane and it's Sylvanas or something that can like rip it really fast. But you got to make sure they don't take it either. So you need to get back down there. So ETC can knock him off for a little bit, but yeah, just melt down this Muradin. Like he's the only one that can really just sit on it. Nice job. You guys got the experience from the camp. You guys got the heal camp item itself. Overall, very, very solid. But yeah, that shouldn't have happened. You guys shouldn't have started it, and they shouldn't have tried to do it right after you guys started it. Yeah, you guys can flank if you want. If you ever see, like, Thrall pushing out this far. That's why whenever I play Thrall, I recommend trying to freeze the lane rather than try to play aggressive. Especially until you have Echo done. Once you have Echo done, you can bully like anyone. But until you have Echo done, you have a really hard time bullying people. So if he's just pushing like that, just punish him. You guys are almost a full level ahead now at this point. I mean, 75% of a level ahead. This is a good camp to get before this objective. It can certainly do a lot. There's pros and cons about picking it up first, though, because if you pick it up first, then and they pick theirs up second, and yours pushes up to here, all your minions are going to die, and then theirs is going to push, and they're going to end up with a bigger wave. But it doesn't do that much by itself. You guys picked it up at the same time, so it's going to be pretty nice. If you guys lose the start of this objective, it might be worth just going up, getting level 7s, and pushing with the top and grabbing back the point. This is interesting, actually. You should be DPSing down this Muradin. Jaina's going to clear that up, and if you can get them off this point, then they're going to be in a really tough spot. I wouldn't focus so much on wave clear. I mean, you do need it, but Jaina was already getting you guys level 7s. And and you don't want to just push it out to where it's easier for them to clear it. Because if you push it out and they clear it at the turrets, then it's just they're going to get more value out of it. Normally what you want to do is, like, if you want to see your positioning to be the best in situations like this, your healer should be like up here soaking. Your tank should be like right here holding the point, and then you should be like right here just DPSing whoever's trying to push your tank off the point. So if like Murden's right here or someone's right here, you're just DPSing them. When you guys are starting to gain an advantage like level 7s, then your tank should be looking at being right here, or like right down here. You, on the other hand, should be in a position where you can easily get out, which means if something happens, you run down here, treadmill out, and your Jaina should be like up here, and your Stukov should be up here. Stukov will be soaking, and then when he needs healing, he's going to walk down, he's going to heal everyone, and then he's going to walk back out again. If we need a zone control, he's going to then silence this entire zone. That's essentially how the positioning should be. The reason that you try to stay in this general area is because if the fight starts going favorably or unfavorably, let's say that it goes favorably and you guys push them out, you don't want to be really close to their stuff, because then there's just, they get to poke you behind towers pretty much, and poke you while they're in tower range. And if the fight starts going poorly, you can have your solo lane run right into the middle of their team and start dealing damage to them. So that's the reason that you want to play this out. Now, if your solo lane's losing and it's a bit of a stalemate, then that's a great opportunity for you guys to all take this treadmill down and go kill their solo lane. So these are the reasons why you want these fights to be in the middle of that if you can. You kind of have the answer to everything if you control the point. Yeah, they have one person bot, one person top. This is a great time to go for a turret. Whoever made this call, great call. Now you guys have 2 turrets, they have 1. You can actually fight them on their turrets because you still have level 7s and they're split. Great job at keeping them split. Now your team just needs to walk right in, grab their turret. You'll have a heal camp and 3 turrets. There's no way you lose this objective now. So now that there's absolutely no way you guys lose this objective, you should be having 2 things on your mind. 1, what can we do while we're waiting to win this objective to further our value? And 2, what are we going to do when we get this objective? The correct answers for both of these are, let's push while we're near it, destroy these front walls while we're here. And then we're going to see... And we're just going to leave top available for us to push with the objective. And then we're going to have Imperious. He's going to double soak bot and mid while we're pushing with the objective top. And we're going to see if we can take an entire fort up at top lane while we're there. And that's the plan that you should be having for setting up for the next portion of this. They shouldn't try to fight here. I mean, they're going to lose whatever they do if they try to fight. Doesn't really matter who gets in the first time. I mean, a lot of times I have healers get in the first time because fights tend to only be against the protector, so you don't really need healing because the protector can't be healed. So a lot of times the first protector, I'll throw the healer and the tank in there, and then I'll just throw all the damage to continue pushing with it. And whenever someone tries to go for your damage dealers, you just pop the shield. So destroying Fountain first is risky because you're taking tower shots, but you guys were positioned where you didn't take tower shots. That's not bad. There is Soak being missed out on mid lane from both teams. You can drop the heal camp. He's going in. I would drop the heal camp, but looks like you guys got a nice kill. Do you see what's happening right there? So this just happened 3 times. So you tried to auto attack, and then you didn't actually get the attack because you weren't in range. So you did the animation and then you stopped and then your character had to move forward. This can be prevented by simply stutter stepping in the direction the enemies are running away. So you missed 3 auto attacks there purely because you weren't stutter stepping. You should be using your W whenever you're trying to siege to increase the speed that you're sieging. and try to do it right after your first auto attack against something. So if you're going to be attacking something, you do your first auto attack, you do W because it resets your auto attack timer, and then you do it again. Once you're already attacking something, just activate it. You don't need a stutter step when you're just trying to rip a fort as fast as possible. Just press your W, speed it up. If you're at max mana, you can also use your Q to also speed it up. With that being down, you're going to have a really good advantage for the next objective. So what I would pretty much do in this situation, yeah, just grab heal camps or whatever. And again, there was another situation. You went for the auto attack, you were out of range, your character did the animation, then tried to walk towards him. You guys have double heal camp and triple turret, or just double turret? Triple turret. So you can start using your stuff. Turrets in particular you can use because you have another turret available. So right here is a great time where I might just drop down a turret to just push. Because why not? You know, you can definitely use a turret to push. The issue is that you guys have a turret available that you can't even pick up because you haven't used your turrets. So I would be using your turret for something. Even if it's not the best value, having a turret that you're not picking up is an even worse value. Okay, your team's really staying bot for a long time. I'm surprised you guys didn't just go to flank, but that's fine. You don't really need to make a fight out of this. You guys have a huge advantage. The only way that they win is that you guys throw, really. You can knock her away. Okay, that's fair. I like that you're still practicing stutter stepping, though, whenever you're on, like, minions. You do want to always be practicing it. You want to get it to where it's second nature. To where it's pretty much just muscle memory that you're stutter stepping. You will need to get used to picking up experience globes. So if you're ever pushing a lane alone as a range here, you need to take a step forward to pick them up. They last for 4 seconds, so you can always mount up and then grab them. But yeah, pretty standard build. Like you said in the thing, you're just going like the HEC build. Looks like your Imperius is getting attacked. Honestly, that's fine as long as he used his turret first. She did. You guys just want to focus on the objective. They had 2 people bot. I don't know why Stukov just went bot. You guys could have just won the objective for free. Like, they might have gotten a fort, but you guys can take a keep with this next objective because you're going to have that experience lead. Don't use your ult here. I know it's going to feel like you should. Yeah, always feel free to just attack their front line whenever it's safe to do so. Just get in there and attack the front line. Like, look at all that. What is this? This looks like bots over here. Everyone just walking in, walking back while your ETC's full health. Your entire team's full health. I think you guys could have just stepped up. Try to stay out of the range of his of that W because it does slow your attack speed. Also, stutter step. Watch what's going to happen to Raynor in a second. Do you see how he jumped away? You could have been a little bit closer. I mean, now you don't want to be in this position, though. You never want to, because 1, you're going to be body blocking for your ETC, but 2, you're going to be really slow. So, the other position that you can be in, really, you guys don't need to push forward at all. You guys can just take a step back. But what you want to be doing is you want to be down here. Oh, you guys are just... Yeah, just grab this. That's fine. Just grab it back. So you guys used a lot there, but so did they. Always attack what your team's attacking. Nice job. I don't know why your Jane is like going so far in, but I also don't know why Stukov knocked everyone away, but whatever. You guys win the objective. So there's two things you can do. Usually second objective, if you guys are really far ahead, you just take a keep. If you guys aren't very far ahead, then you are going to set yourself up to be really far ahead. In this case, I don't think you guys are far enough ahead to take a keep. You guys are going to be on even talent tiers by the time you get to the keep, and the Meridian will be up. So what I would be doing is, with this objective, I would take middle, and then I would go down and I would take bottom fountain. And you could actually probably take bottom as well, but I would probably just go take middle, and then I would either walk straight down, destroy the fountain, destroy this, and then walk away. Or I would take this and I would walk this way and see how far you could push in. But yeah, your goal is to get both forts out of this. That'll make sure that you guys are higher level than the enemies by that last objective. I used to say during HEC, right after this map got reworked, I used to have this thing where I'd always tell people that I was coaching. I said, I'd always ask them, I'd say, what level should you be by the third objective of this game? And it was interesting because bronzes naturally would be around level like 14, 15. We got into like golds and plats, it would be around level like maybe 16, 17, close to 18. And then the GM players would almost always be fighting over level 20s during the third objective of the game. And so it kind of shows you how much experience gets missed out on in the lower ranked games from just soak. And just from camps, picking up camps every time that they're available. Because same thing with like that turret down at the bottom. While you guys all had turrets, it doesn't just give you a turret, it gives you experience. So you can use your turret to get like a turret, or use your turret to get like one of these walls, and then... Yeah, you guys did pretty good here. You could have done it a little bit more efficiently, but at the end of the day, you hit the goal that you needed to hit. You're level 16, so you should use that 16s to get the heal camp. And you'll be pretty good there. You guys can go for their turret. Honestly, they're going to have their turret by the time... Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, they're going to have their turret by the time you get there. So there's no real reason to go for it. You can pressure the top left camp so they get it too early, because the next objective is bottom. So if you pressure them up here and they get this camp early, then you guys are in a really good spot. Or just take their camp, which is also good. But be careful, because you guys are going to be in a giant slow. I mean, pretty solid. Whenever you have any leads, they're not going to try to invade, so you can solo turrets if you need to. You guys aren't really doing anything with your level 16 lead. You guys had a 2-level lead. You didn't really do anything. Now, you have been winning the team fights, so you can always just keep winning the team fights. But at the same time, you could just pressure. Like, look for... Yeah, I was about to say, look for areas where people might be pushing out. Try to invade. If not, just set up this camp so it's available whenever you guys need it. Again, do you see how many times your character is like stopping to auto attack and then he doesn't? You really need to be stutter stepping. Pretty much, let's look at it this way, right? So let me make sure. I don't know if it's gonna like move it, but let's do it this way. So you're here, right? Your range is, let's say it's here, even though it's longer on Raynor, but let's say that it's here. If you were to attack someone right at the end and you right click on them, let's say that they're right here, and you right click on them while they're here, but by the animation time, when it's right here, you're going to do the animation and then you're going to not shoot at them because they're out of the range. Then your character is going to step forward to shoot at them, and if they move the same speed as you, you're never going to hit them. But if you move faster, you're going to miss one auto attack, and then you're going to fire another auto attack when they're right about here, which is okay, except for the problem that you could have gotten 2 auto attacks off. If your range is here, instead of letting people walk away 1 shot here, 1 shot here, 1 shot here before it forces you to move, you should fire 1 shot here, and as you're waiting for your auto attack timer, you should be moving here. Then fire the next shot, which then they'll be here, and your new radius, so they'll be here, and your new radius will be up here. And then your next shot should be, you'll move right about here. And same thing is going to happen. Then they're going to be here this time, and your new radius is right here. Do you kind of see how you're moving? I mean, I'm moving even to the side in the direction that they need to run away from. But do you see how when you hit this point, which is the next point, they should be here, which will be out of range. You're not only going to be in range to hit them, but your actually range is always going to be even further. And because you move 8% faster than them, and you're slowing them by 15%, you should never have this attack issue, ever, because you're always going to be moving faster than them. So you should never like stop to do an animation and not actually do anything. This is a great time to flank. I don't know why you're... Okay. Your Jaina, 1, should have been with you guys. 2, you need to save this camp for the objective. It's just an amazing... Especially when you guys have a keep and you've got catapults. It forces the enemies to send 1 person to deal with it. So that was really bad. But yeah, flanking's really good. Because the enemies are using abilities on structures. It's a pretty good ult. It's going to do a lot of damage. I don't usually... So... Look at all this damage that you used on... I mean, you're still going to get the kill, but look at all that damage that you used on Sylvanas, who's just going to naturally get healed up for free. You should always focus your damage on whoever your team's focusing on. So if your team's going to focus on their tank, you focus on their tank too. Because all that damage would have killed that tank a lot faster. You can just kill this, like... Yeah, I was going to say always kill the healer first if you can. AoE damage is okay, but you always want to try to kill the healer first. Yep, whenever you guys guarantee you're going to win an objective, you should always be trying to find other ways to get value. In this case, pushing bot should get you guys... and this could... You guys can close out the game here too. If you guys destroy the walls and then you win the objective, you can really close out the game. Sylvanas is almost up, and they're getting close. I'd be a little cautious about just hanging out. And always be careful. Like, you guys just split up when you're running away. Splitting up while running away can force a bad fight. I mean, you guys are mounted, so I think you're okay. But if by any chance, like, they could dismount you guys on one side, then they can blow you up before you group up. Positioning, you should always position behind your tank. In this case, your tank is going to be Imperious because your ETC is down bot lane. So you should always be positioned away. Drop your turret before you die. Yeah, the thing about that objective is, like, you guys could have just, I mean, won the game there, honestly. Because you guys already did so much. I don't know why Stukov just saved from another throw, which is good, but... I don't know why. And I don't know why you guys are going mid when you guys already destroyed the walls down at bot lane. He could have turned off the keep, taken the keep for free, and then with a level 20 advantage, you guys could have just won the game. Just close out the game. What did you pick up? You picked up Execute. Execute's pretty strong, unless you're going against, like, Garrosh, but it's really good. I like it. It's going to be really good with your team, too, because everything Jaina does slows. Oh, and that's just also against things that are low health, so overall, should be pretty solid. Yeah, the fact that you guys didn't just go bot, turn that off is ridiculous. Oh, one of them left and then came back. So it's good for sieging, but it's not necessary. I would focus on using your ult for team fights more so than siege, unless you're sieging like with an objective, because then it could zone out and keep your objective alive longer. But if you're just pushing with your team, it's not always necessary, unless like you really need that keep, or unless you're trying to like close out a game. And this should be a close out of a game. You guys are just wiping them. Kill the ones your team's attacking first, then kill the rest of them. Kill the turret. Nice. Okay, you won't be able to close out the game. Missing 2. You can steal their camp, though. I guess you are going for it. It is just Crummy. And Imperius is just going straight onto Crummy. Okay. This is a little tricky. I mean, Sukov is eating a lot of the damage for your team, which is good. And if you guys spread out the damage, you're okay. You do have your ult in 11, so even if you get it down to like 10% health, you can always just ult it. Yeah, you're good. And you do ult it. Right on. Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I would recommend is just work on stutter stepping more. And then like just change your positioning a little bit. Make sure that you're always behind your tank. Focus on the targets your team's attacking, not just the target that's open, but try to always attack the targets your team's attacking. But overall, I mean, pretty good play. So, yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know.